Good morning. There could be a promising connection that's coming in right now. We have Companion, Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so right off the bat with Companion, I mean, we see a variety of different feathers here, right? So I feel like I've been mentioning this before, like you have options, right? But these different feathers could also be representing different themes. So I wonder if for some of you, this is kind of reviewing the different types of companionships that you've experienced over time, like through the seasons of life. Okay. And there is this emphasis on like as you can see here from this deck, this beautiful deck, like the lion's share of work, like focusing on that, but without judgment. So those of you who are kind of going back in time, or you feel like there's X situations or there's circumstances around that remind you of connections you used to be in, I feel like you're being called to look at it from a more playful perspective. Instead of kind of re-embodying all of the intensities that came from disconnection, actually connecting back to yourself, reconnecting with your present body as you review the different types of companions, whether you really wanted to have them or not around, okay? Because that can even include like different family members, okay? Now, speaking of just in general, like a newer energy coming in. I first want to start with work before we get to more specific individual, because I do feel like this Knight of Cups is more of the energy of like the establishment, the business, the idea. So Companion, it's might be a place where there's a lot of networking. This could be looking at like Microsoft Teams, or do people still, what is that other one? I can't even remember. Shoot, I don't remember what it's called. I think it starts with an S. But the different types of chat management or chat features that a lot of employers are using, that could be what this is talking about. And this could be from people I'm seeing all over the world. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, because I'm seeing like something with time. So different time zones. It could even be some form of offshoring that we may be involved with. This also may be trying to fill in like the space in between job opportunities. This might be a job where it's like you're not serious about it. You're just trying to make sure you have some money, or it's just there to support you, to get you through so that you can continue to prioritize what truly inspires you. Oh, Slack is what I was thinking of. Yeah, Slack. It's kind of funny that I kind of lost that when I mentioned lion's share of the work with the previous situation. So speaking of that, just to piggyback off of that, if you're experiencing like reorganization, this might be like the feeling of being on the chopping block. Okay. Let's just say right now, if you don't know, you don't know right now. Decide how you want to feel. This is probably a good time for y'all to practice like that moment of, okay, there's an intense situation going on that is, you feel it. You can feel it, right? But then this is the way to practice. I still am going to decide how I'm going to feel like in the outcome. Like the outcome is how I decide to feel. So I can still decide, even though this is scary, I'm acknowledging this is scary, or I'm in an unknown and I'm really uncomfortable with that. I notice that I still don't like that. And I don't have to like that because it's uncomfortable, right? But I can still decide that I'm going to feel really relieved once more information is revealed. I'm going to decide how I feel. Okay, some of you, it's like, listen, if you're communicating with, if you're communicating in a space to where it doesn't seem like you're able to really, let's use the term like climb the ladder, the phrase, I mean, climb the ladder. It's okay for you to to spend less energy there. Some of people might call this quiet quitting, and start channeling more of your energy towards what does inspire you. There may even be more there might be more space. I think that's why reorganization might feel like a threat to some people, because like, well, if you don't have anything to do, why do we keep you, kind of thing. But I do think there's some breath here, some breathing room for you to be able to focus on this. This could even be just understimulated. Like, oh, I'm going to this place where maybe it's overstimulated in one way, but I'm understimulated when it comes to my creativity, overstimulated when it comes to dealing with different kinds of people throughout maybe the year in different spaces, right? But understimulated in this respect. Like, this doesn't really make me that happy, but this does. And I do feel like you have some breathing room. Like, the earth is warming up. I can put it that way. The Knight of Cups is definitely a more flexible energy. Okay, so maybe there is even like more of a hybrid working situation that could be popping up now. But also, I would say when it comes to flexibility, this could be the algorithm kind of doing its little sprinkle on you. You know what I mean? So it's remain open-minded as to the different possibilities. And remember, the mind is really limited by way of its personal experience, the memories in the body, but how you want to feel. Like, there's a chance to truly prioritize that, especially when we're in a mysterious place. Okay, so with that said, let's kind of now delve into like this person, because I do think it's a one particular person, this person, because this could be, listen, I don't know if this is gonna be a romance reading right now, so let's buckle up. So it is cuffing season. Let's start there. It's right now, it's cuffing season. So what this could be talking about is like, all right, yeah, I mean, there's so many different energies that are going to be out and about looking for some time to spend with people. All right. And I have to like mention, you know, there's connecting with people during the holidays can be really good. But like I said, I started with cuffing season. So like hobosexuals. If you don't know what a hobosexual is, it's somebody who is very much like trying to romance you so that they have a place to stay forever if you let them, right? It's their priority is their resources. Their priority is making sure that they're surviving. So what I'm basically saying here is like, there are going to be a lot of survival mode attempts at connection between people. And if you don't want to be a shelter, don't open the door. If you don't want to be a shelter, I know you got it. All right. See, this is where, ooh, it doesn't feel so good to say no to people. Learn how to make it feel good. Okay? Because listen, this is probably a reference to being overloaded before. Overly accessible. I mean, in the holiday times, a lot of different communication energies pick up. There's a lot of also the kin keeping, thankless responsibilities and tasks that pop up. All those quiet things, those expectations pop up as well. This could be dread, okay, of having to deal with these kinds of energies. So for a lot of y'all, you might need to stay home a little bit more so that you're not interacting with more of those types of people who are trying to knock on your door so that they can start infiltrating your space, which would be disturbing your peace. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune here is like, a lot of you do feel very lucky to have what you have. And I know that you have a charitable spirit, but saying no is also being charitable to you. Okay? There's a lot of different stories that you could come across that can move you, that you can sympathize with, that you can empathize with. But you also know what it requires for you to keep your peace. You've been in that place of doing too much before. Okay? You've done too much before. And it's like, listen, if you don't want to be used, then don't do that. But if you still want to be in that giving spirit, of course, you can contribute your time. I think it's going to be really, really helpful for a lot of you to understand that the spirit of discernment is extremely important. Just like self-preservation is extremely important. Knowing how to discern what stories are worthy of investing into. And the way I'm talking about it, it sounds very like the ego-based. Well, it is. Right? But it's like, it's not about being superior to anybody, is my point. It's about understanding you wouldn't be the right companion for me right now. Because maybe some of us are not looking for a companion. Or if we are looking for companions, we are noticing that certain people don't fit the bill, and that we're just going to have to be that person. We're going to have to be that person that says no. We're going to have to be that person that says, ooh. We are incompatible. Or I'm incompatible with that pathway. I'm incompatible with this space. And just reconciling with that incompatibility, which then allows you to know what you are more compatible with, right? So this Knight of Cups is someone you are very, very compatible with. Why? Because listen, this is, look at this Knight. Where is the face? They don't have one. So when it comes to experiencing the senses, it's very much by way of feeling the body. It's like it's like a vibrational connection, and it's very obvious. Like there's something there, and this could be a new friend. This could be a new romantic partner. This could be someone that, like, you know, who lives in your building. You don't know, and it's just that connection. It feels like a soulmate connection. That's how some people might describe it, where it's just like, we just click. And I feel like that's what's going on here. That's who this Knight of Cups is. It's somebody that you just click with. Why? Because they actually follow what they're feeling. This is someone who actually goes with the flow. And in fact, look at how dark both of these cards are. This is someone who doesn't have a problem navigating through the dark. Okay? This is someone who understands what it's like to feel overloaded in these, I'm feeling like cramped or suffocating spaces. I just got, this person may enjoy death as a theme. So we can be moving to like kind of like a goth vibe, which might be one thing. That's just very random. But I feel like this person in their relationship to death is very powerful. And maybe because they've experienced a lot of it, or maybe it's something culturally. Something culturally. But this is not a person who is unserious, even though they are not quick to attach themselves. They are refreshing. You know, I wonder if we might be realizing there's still this story of expecting what has happened in the past with previous companions. But there's something profoundly refreshing about this Knight of Cups, because they prioritize how they feel, which means communication is top tier. This could be an accountability partner. But they are very serious about, you know what it is? Yeah, you know, I think with this Knight of Cups, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're learning how to communicate. I think it shows a willingness to always become the student. This is not somebody who wants to be the teacher all the time, because that's controlling. They want to be the opposite of that. They want to flow with you, around you, like a deep connection, but, you know, at an appropriate pace. This feels like it feels like an appropriate relationship. So a compatible connection. Even if this is just a job, right? It's like, oh, maybe it's a job that you didn't want to do, but you feel like, oh, wait a minute, I kind of shine here. Maybe I'm not social in certain ways, but when the lights are on in this space, like I'm star power. Could be like that. There could also be someone in your environment who is really good at boosting, cheerleading. Maybe you have a conversation with them about one of your talents, and then that conversation rolls into this could be like unexpected, an unexpected conversation that happens about a disconnection. It could be like that. And they say something. They see it in a way, or maybe even what they say feels a little mystical. Like it gives you goosebumps. That Knight of Cups could be a psychic, because I just saw something about like mediumship here, and something about feathers. And I wonder if feathers are a sign from people for you. They're showing you something. It's one person in particular, I think. They're showing you something. I'm getting something about jewelry. So gold jewelry, silver jewelry. I don't know if that's important. Something about, this is very strange. Clean it, clean the jewelry, clean the dog tag, clean something, refurbish something. This could even be a tombstone. There's something there for you to see. It's possible something has grown there for you to witness. Something that maybe would not typically be in this location. Yeah, they have something. It's like a gift for you. I keep looking at this, the helmet, the tie there. It's like something's wrapped. There's a gift for you in this space that's calling to you, that needs to be, it needs to be cleaned, cleansed. I'll even say this here. If it's cleansing, if this is about smudging, some form of ceremony, okay? I got a vision of like powwows. For some, powwows. But there's some form of like smudging or cleansing that's being asked of you. And like the Three of Swords connecting to the heart here, we might being asked to clear the heart of anger, clear the heart of prejudice, clear the heart of clear out that story. Clear out the story of the old expectations in any relationship. And it's saying, move forward with that clarity, that internal clarity, that you are formless within, that internal landscape is what you make of it. This Knight of Cups, while it obviously, the readings are always about you, right? So of course, by default, you know, if you're meeting with a person, they're a reflection of you. So this could be you, but this Knight of Cups, it can be somebody who just kind of hammers it over the head by way of example, that it's simply like, you do not have to hang on. You don't have to hold on. It's, again, that's that refreshing nature. Like, I feel comfortable starting over. Like, this feels promising. Those of you who felt negative about love, it's like, oh, clear it out. Open the chest. Open up love for yourself. There's a reason that desire has harbored itself within you. It's because you already have it. But when you clear out your processing like center, right? That brain, that the thing that translates for you, that gives you that freedom. Because the heart, even that Leo energy, it likes to be on its own. It likes to shine on its own. Be more devoted to yourself. And you must have a devotee. That might sound intense for some of you, but please devote time and energy to yourself. Please tell a new story. Like, if it's in worship, who you've become, the journey that you've been on. and the respect and the admiration that feels organic and not forced. It'll be reflected in your relationships. And whoever this Knight of Cups is, this is somebody who, again, they're not so quick to commit to things, but they're someone who likes to stay where they feel safe, where they're allowed to stay. So again, clearing that space, cleanse, empty the vessel, clear the vessel. Allow for yourself to engage in an exchange where you're pouring into one another, be it a career, be it a new friend, okay? Be it a new, even if there is like a kind of a power structure where it's between you and a healthcare provider, play your part, show up the way that they are also showing up for you, okay? And if this is more of a romantic, intimate connection, have fun, play. The overthinking, there was a time you did that, but ask yourself, the version of me who is enjoying connections, what would they do? And then interact. Because I feel like this is a safer body. A safer body to interact with. And it's okay for you to be experiencing fun and pleasantries, to be experiencing joy right now. In fact, you're being called to partner and connect, clearly. Partner and connect with people who want to see you shine and grow, not people who want to keep whispering, negative and gossip. Here's a good example of not misery. Maybe you've even heard it here. Not misery loves company, misery requires company, right? This person doesn't require company to be happy. And if you're in that place too, to where it's like, you know what, I've been okay. I've revised my idea about relationships. I'm kind of okay being on my own too. I mean, of course you're going to connect with other people who feel comfortable being on their own. And then when y'all come together, there's not going to be these extreme expectations because you are prioritizing you and your peace. They'll do that too, but we also want to create something else. Not this. We want to create something together, but we don't want to create this, right? But we know what it's like to do that. And that can be one of the narratives that can connect you together. Not trying to commiserate, but co-create, if that makes sense, okay? I also get with the Knight of Cups. Before I go, I guess the type of personality. This is a very artistic person. This person probably does like singing. They probably really do like singing, because I keep singing something with the eyes closed, okay? And a lot of people are very passionate about that, right? What they consume might have something to do, because might have something to do with like how they perform, but this person is definitely very vocal. They might also be just like a very good orator, and you may really enjoy the way they communicate, okay, or translate things. If that Knight of Cups is somebody who's a little bit more advanced when it comes to a certain area of life or certain experience, the admiration will be reciprocal, because there's something that you offer that they're going to admire as well. And that kind of mutual relationship, instead of it being parasitic, is going to be really refreshing for a lot of people. They work really well with other people's intimidation, whether it's soft or loud, and they will remain unbothered by your insecurities. Bold statement, but this is a bold person. This is a bold person, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to end the reading here. I intend that this was exciting, because I do feel like this is a really fun connection that's here. It's already here. It's already within you. And now it's expressing itself outwardly. So if you're seeing any signs and signals, have fun with them. Decide what they mean to you if you decide you want it to mean something to you. If you're seeing anything that's deemed negative, ask yourself why it's negative. And if you're seeing a lot of it, ask yourself, okay, if I don't want to see it anymore, what do I want to see instead? Okay? This is about being creative. You're pairing with a co-creator here. This is a co-creative. This is what a lot of you have asked for. The answer is expressing now. Okay, so as always, thank you very much. I love you. Please do your best to keep the faith. I look forward to channeling for you next time. If you're interested in the email reading, the offers are there in my bio. The link is in the bio. Anyway, and I'm looking forward to the next time. All right, so bye-bye.